In our algebra, we are learning second chapter, quadratic equations. Already we have studied what is meant by quadratic equation, how to identify quadratic equation, what are the roots of quadratic equation. Now we will learn how to solve quadratic equations. Now see, x square minus 4x minus 5. This is called quadratic polynomial. This is quadratic polynomial. Now, if you put this quadratic polynomial is equal to 0, then it becomes quadratic equation. Now this is quadratic equation. And if on the right hand side no 0 is there, this is quadratic polynomial. And already we have studied how to find the factors of quadratic polynomials. Now we will revise how to find the factors. Now see here, to find the factors here, so here first we have to divide the middle term in two terms. For that we have to find the factors of last term. So find the factors of minus 5 such that their sum is minus 4. The factors of minus 5 such that their sum is minus 4. So here we get minus 5 plus 1. See here, minus 5 into 1. Minus 5 into 1 we get minus 5, and minus 5 plus 1 we get minus 4. So in this way, now we will write this middle term minus 4 in terms of minus 5 plus 1. So this equation can be written like this: x square minus 5x plus 1 minus 5. So here write the first term and last term as it is. Only write the middle term minus 4x in the form of minus 5 plus 1x. That means 1x means x. Minus 5x plus x minus 5. Now here we get 4 terms. Now make 2 groups. From each group take one common factor. So from first 2 terms we get here x as a common factor, and in bracket it remains x minus 5. From second group the common factor is plus 1. And here we get x minus 5. So here x minus 5, this is common bracket. So take the common x minus 5 common bracket and write the remaining terms in second bracket, that means x plus 1. So these are the factors of this quadratic polynomial. Now solving the quadratic equation by factorization method, so we use this method to find the factors. Now we learn the solutions, how to find the solutions of a quadratic equation by factorization. Now already we have the factors of this quadratic polynomial x square minus 4x minus 5. So we have factors here x minus 5 and in another bracket x plus 1. So these are the factors of this quadratic polynomial. Now here suppose now here if we put here x minus 5 into bracket x plus 1 is equal to 0, then this is the quadratic equation. So the quadratic equation obtained from x square minus 4x minus 5 can be written as into first bracket x minus 5 into second bracket x plus 1 is equal to 0. So from this polynomial, so quadratic equation can be obtained by this statement. In first bracket x minus 5, in second bracket x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now, meaning of this is that means here this is x minus 5, this is first bracket, x plus 1 is second bracket, and here is the product of these two brackets. That means meaning of this is that if the product is 0, that means x minus 1 may be 0 or x plus 1 may be 0. That means any one of these terms is equal to 0. If product of two numbers is 0, then at least one of them is 0. If already we know that if product of two numbers is 0, then at least one of them is 0. So using this concept, we will find the solutions of quadratic equations. Okay, that means here this bracket is equal to 0 or this bracket is equal to 0. That means x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x plus 1 is equal to 0. So here we get two equations. From this equation we get x is equal to 5, or from this equation we get x is equal to minus 1. So these are the solutions of this quadratic equation. So by this method we will find the solutions of quadratic equations, and this method is called factorization method. Now in your book on page number 35, some solved examples are given here. Already examples are solved. So you go through those solved examples, and now we will solve some examples from practice set 2.2. Practice set 2.2, question number 1. Solve the following quadratic equations by factorization. So example 1, x square minus 15x plus 54. So first we will find the factors of 54, factors of plus 54 such that their sum is minus 15. Now see here, so here we can get so many pairs of factors of 54. Now see here. So find the factors of plus 54 such that the sum is minus 50. Now here we have some pairs of factors of plus 54. See here, minus 2 multiplied by minus 7, 54. Minus 3 multiplied by minus 18 is equal to 54. Minus 6 multiplied by minus 9 is equal to 54. Now, the product of the factors in each pair is same here, but the sum is different. We will choose that pair whose sum is equal to the coefficient of middle term. Now if you take this term, so minus 2 plus minus 7 we get minus 29, but this term is not equal to middle term. If you choose this minus 3 into minus 18 we get minus 21, so minus 21 is not equal to the coefficient of middle term. Now see here, if we take here minus 6 multiplied by minus 9, we get minus 6 plus minus 9, we get minus 15. So here the product of minus 6 and minus 9 is plus 54, and the sum minus 6 plus minus 9 is minus 15. So this is the required pair of factors. So we will write this minus 15 in the form of sum of minus 6x minus 9x. Therefore, x square minus 6x minus 9x plus 54 is equal to 0. First term as it is, last term as it is. So middle term is divided in this minus 6 and minus 9. That means minus 6x minus 9x, here we get minus 15x. Now make two groups. So from each group take a common term. Here in first group x is a common. So in bracket it remains x minus 6. From the second group, here minus 9 is common. So here remains here x plus, now here 9 6 are 54 and here becomes minus is equal to 0. Therefore, this is common bracket. X minus 6 is common bracket, and in another bracket x minus 9. Now the product of these two brackets is 0. That means x minus 6 is equal to 0 or x minus 9 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to 6 or x is equal to 9. So these are two solutions of this equation. So our answer is x is equal to 6 or x is equal to 9. Therefore, so roots of the given quadratic equations are 6, x is equal to 6, and x is equal to 9. Now, fourth example, 5n square is equal to 22m plus 50. 5n square is equal to 22m plus 50. So this is our given quadratic equation. First we will write this in standard form. That means take all the terms to the left hand side. Therefore 5m square minus 22m minus 15 is equal to 0. Now here in this quadratic equation, the coefficient of square term is 5. It is more than 1 or it is other than 1. It is not 1. So if in such case, if the coefficient of square term is other than 1, then first take the product of the coefficient of square term and constant. That means 5 multiplied by minus 50. Before finding the factors, first take the product of the coefficient of square term and the last. So here coefficient of first term is 5 and last term is minus 50. So this product is minus 75. Now find the factors of minus 75 such that their sum is minus 22. That means sum should be equal to the coefficient of middle term. So these factors are minus 25 plus 3. See here. So product is minus 25 multiplied by plus 3 minus 75. And if you add this, we get minus 22. So here 5m square. So write this minus 22m in the form of minus 25 plus 3. Minus 25m plus 3m minus 15 is equal to 0. Now, two groups. So from first group, we have common factor 5m. And in bracket we get m minus 5. 5 5s are 25. From second group, the common factor is 3. In bracket it remains m minus 5. 3 5s are 50. Now this is common bracket. Remaining term in another bracket. Therefore, m minus 5 is equal to 0 or five m plus 3 is equal to 0. So here we get m is equal to or m is equal to 5m plus 3 is equal to 0. That means 5m is equal to minus 3. That means here m is equal to 5 or from this equation m is equal to minus 3 upon 5. So these are the two roots. Therefore roots are 5 and minus 3 upon 5. Now example number 5. The quadratic equation is 2x square minus 2x plus 1 upon 2 is equal to 0. This is our given equation. First we will simplify this. For simplifying, multiply both the sides of equation by 2. So after multiplying by 2 we get 2 into 2x square 4x square minus 2 into minus 2x square 4x 2x minus 2x into 2 minus 4x and 1 half into 2 we get 1 is equal to 0. Now this is the standard form. Now here the coefficient of quadratic term is other than 1. So it is 4. So we will multiply 4 and the last term. That means 4 into 1 we get plus 4. Now we have to find the factors of plus 4 such that their sum is minus 4. Those factors are here 2 to the 4. But if we take 2 plus 2 here we get plus 4. But we want minus 4. So here we put minus signs. So minus 2 into minus 2 we get product of these two factors plus 4. And sum of these two factors is minus 4. So therefore 4x square. So minus 4 can be written in the form minus 2x plus minus 2x minus 2x. Minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So make two groups. From first group the common is 2x. So here in bracket it remains 2x minus 1. This 2x is taken outside the bracket. So here remains only 1. From second bracket the common factor is minus 1. So here we get 2x minus 1. Now see here, if here while taking the common from the second bracket, from second group, while taking common, if here is minus sign, put this minus sign here as it is and change the sign of this last term. That means change it, make it opposite. That means here is minus, you have to take, if here is plus, take minus, or here is minus, take plus here. So change this sign so that these both the signs should be equal. So here we get, this is the common bracket 2x minus 1 into another bracket 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. So here 2x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 2x is equal to 1 or 2x is equal to 1. From this equation we get 2x is equal to 1. From this equation we get 2x is equal to 1. Therefore, x is equal to 1 upon 2 or x is equal to 1 upon 2. Therefore, the roots are 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 2. So, the answer is now example number 8. 3x square minus 2 under root 6x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now here also the coefficient of square term is 3. So first we take the product of 3 and 2. Six. Now find the factors of 6 such that their sum is minus 2 root 6. So here the factors of 6 we can take like this. Root 6, root 6. Because root 6 into root 6 is equal to root 36 is equal to 6. That means product is 6. And here is minus root 2 6. So here we put minus minus. That means minus root 6 plus minus root 6 we get minus 2 root 6. So we divide this middle term here. This is our given equation. 3x square minus 2 root 6 plus 2 0. Therefore 3x square minus root 6x minus root 6x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now see here. So the factors of these 3 are root 3 into root 3. So we will write this as root 3 multiplied by root 3 into x square. Okay, minus. Now factors of this root 6 can be written as root 3 multiplied by, according to the law of surds. You have to use here the laws of surds. According to law of surds, this can be written as root 3 into root 2, it becomes root 6. So we will write this into x. Again, this also we can write in this form, minus root 3 into root 2 x plus. So we have written this because it will be easy to take the common factors. Otherwise we can directly take common factors from here also. Not necessary to write this step. You can directly take common factors from this step also, but to make it easy to understand, I am writing here the factors of this. The factors of 3 are root 3 into root 3 x square minus factors of root 6 are root 3 into root 2 x as it is minus root 3 into root 2 hexadecimal and last term plus 2. Now see here two groups are here. Now here in this first group, see here root 3 is common, correct, and also x is common. So here common is root 3. So in bracket it remains root 3x minus here remains root 2 because root 3 and x have taken common. So here remains only root 3x minus root 2. So from second group minus. Now here also root 2, so here root 2 we can write like this. The factors of 2 are root 2, factors of these 2 are root 2 into root 2. So here in this group the common is root 2. Now in bracket it remains root 3x. Now here will change in sign because here is minus sign, so it becomes minus 1 root 2 taken outside, so here remains 1 root. So here this is our common bracket. Okay, is equal to 0. And therefore root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. Into another bracket, root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. That means root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0 or okay. Now see here, and therefore from this equation we get root 3x is equal to root 2 from this equation, or root 3x is equal to root 2, and therefore x is equal to root 2 upon root 3, or x is equal to root 2 upon root 3. So these are the roots of the given equation. Root 3 upon 2, root 2 upon 3, root 2 upon root 3, and root 2 upon root 3. So in this way we have solved some examples from practice set 2.2. So you try to solve remaining examples, and this is for your homework. Now in next topic we will learn the one more method for solving quadratic equation. That method is the using formula or formula method.